Bruce Lee was able to express the truth about the corruption in the martial arts because he gave up teaching and he decided to go into acting and to express his martial arts through film. So he no longer needed to depend on retaining students. So that wasn't his industry anymore. So he's making money from, making films, getting an audience to watch his movies. So he could be honest and expressive about the corruption of the martial arts industry. And I see that that's what I'm doing as well. I'm expressing the corruption in the martial arts industry. There's corruption all over as far as combat sport is concerned, as far as the traditional ways of sharing the martial arts. And really, I gotta find, another way of making money, to not really participate within this corruption, but just to be honest about it and just be like, hey, this is what it is. The way that I see it is just, it's over dramatized, and made to be more complicated than necessary. I feel that for a lot of people it gives them a false sense of security, a false sense of ego boost in themselves, when that really is nothing special of what people make it out to be. People that think that they're black belts in whatever system or style or school, they think they're so much better than other people, or that they're so much more secure. I think a lot of it is bullshit. Because of these, there's these big commercial gyms, and even people that don't have, go to commercial gyms. You can have a gym at your home. The fact of you exercising and developing yourself to be stronger, to be more fit, to be more flexible, to have greater endurance, you're already taking part in a huge part of the martial art training that makes you more capable. Just because somebody joins a so-called martial arts school doesn't mean that he's automatically, somebody that's invincible, and that's somehow having, some sort of mystical powers. I think that people are training themselves in aspects of the martial arts on a day-to-day basis that they don't even realize. And it happens, a lot of it happens outside of a martial arts school. Those people that can't afford to go to a martial arts school may have certain advantages. But with the invention of the internet and with all these videos out there and books, these advantages that people could make use of these tools as ways of learning and developing themselves without actually going to a physical school location. I think this is very similar to what's going on to the educational system in general. People could learn so much online. They even got online degrees, or they could go to a physical college where they pay like maybe $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year. Basically, to go to the physical school and the physical college requires a lot more money. And the people that have the money could spend the money to get that little extra help, that little extra motivation and benefits. But I see that clearly people could develop themselves in areas of the martial arts a lot through self-development and self-motivation. And, all these things with the ranks and belts and all that crap, the titles, it's all a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? If you really are so concerned about defending yourself, I really recommend people to just look into the gun laws and start carrying a gun. That will give you immediate power beyond any type of, training that could be received in unarmed combat and things like that. I think that weapons training is essentially the most effective way to keep people safe of all genders, male or female, young or old, and that is the key to self-defense and safety and security, But if you want to learn the artistic aspects of the martial arts, it's hard to find out there because most of it is all focused around sport and competition and winning, and that's not real martial arts.